Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about how I made over this secretary. First, always cleaning the piece, so I'm using crud cutter, spraying it all down, wiping it thoroughly. The great thing about crud cutter is you don't have to rinse it after you use it. So you can see this piece, it had a lot of marker on it. It also had stickers. I think it was used by a child. So I'm grabbing my Festool sander and I use serious grit sanding disc on the Festool because they're a lot cheaper than the name brand Festool sanding disc. But going really serious there, getting off that marker, I use several different um, grits of the sanding paper to gently and slowly get that off and remove the factory finish. And that sander is hooked up to a vacuum, so you can sand inside the house. Really makes it nice. Coming up next is hand sanding. I've got one of those discs there and sanding inside the desk, and this interior is going to be painted with sea glass from Dixie Belle. I thought that was a really beautiful color for the inside. The outside of the desk, I am using drop cloth. So I use a small brush there. It takes um, several layers to get it all covered, but it was definitely worth it to do that. So as you can see here, I'm painting, and this is actually, I'm in my living room painting. And that's what's really amazing about chalk paint is that you can use it indoors. I've painted in my bathroom, in my bedroom, in the living room, and I don't have to worry about fumes or opening a window. And so that is one of the really great things about chalk paint. So here I am finishing up the inside of this desk. It took me several coats, like I said. So before you wax or put your top coat on chalk paint, you want to use 1000 grit sandpaper. It helps to smooth out if you have any bumps, any lumps, makes it buttery smooth, and it also helps to close the paint, close it out. So it prepares it for wax or top coat. So I'm using Best Dang Wax in clear on this piece. And also on the top and on the inside of the desk, I use satin clear coat. So I like to wax with my Best Dang brush. I put it on, it gets in the nooks and crannies, and then I buff it out with a cloth. So here's the finished piece. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I did line the drawer with drawer liner from Amazon. The drawer was stained. I couldn't get it clean. It looked like crayons might have gotten in there. So I did line the drawer, and I just think it looks really, really beautiful from the before. Much modern here, cottage core vibe with stenciling and fluff from Dixie Belle. I also used gold gilding wax on the hinges to make it look pretty. So thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe.